Good morning. This video is titled G.O.A.T. Greatest of all times. You know, I was in testing again today with the students, and I was just thinking about, what do I want to talk about today? And this ain't really. This is like a reminder, okay? This space is a reminder. Greatest of all time. Hey sis, greatest of all time. Why are we the greatest of all time? We have to remember, okay? We have to remember exactly who we are, why we are, and what we're about. If you think about certain concentrated efforts, we're talking about centuries ago, in order to keep our people distracted. First and foremost, okay, I'm a black woman. That's all I know. That's all I know, okay, in regards to me being here. I'm black, first and foremost, and I'm a woman. Yet, that doesn't take away from anything else, but then that's where my perspective is coming from. So, one of the things that I realize is that we've had a hard time of uniting. It's getting a little better nowadays, but we've had a hard time reuniting. So the question is, well, not even the question is, the thing is, greatest of all time, what does that really mean? If you go back into history, stories from beyond, whether they were mythical or whatever, there was always an influx of people coming to distract you from knowing who you are. Why is that? They know something that you absolutely don't know. Again, when you look back into the ancient Egyptians and the things that they've left, the markers that they left for us to remember who we are, they've been destroyed or defamed or whatever because they don't want us to recognize certain things about ourselves. Again, with the missionaries that come with the religions and different things, they were on a mission of what? Yes, they want to say a mission of God, but look at the core of why their mission was to come over there, to distract you from what you know and who you are, so you can become something that's more pliable. If you wasn't the greatest of all time, there would never have been such a concentrated effort to distract you from who you are and what you was meant to be here for. And we have to understand that, and we have to know this, because there's been centuries where they implemented certain things for our people. Implemented it so they knew it was going to take a matter of time in order for things to play out the way that they are now. If we implement something here, back in the day, by the time we get here, we ain't got to do the work because the work has already been done. We've distracted them enough. We've indoctrinated them enough in order for them to play out the way we want them to play. As times are done, we have been directed on an inner level back to ourselves to understand self from a self level. When I say greatest of all time, the only reason why you get distracted like that is because you're too great. The Pope and the folks like that worship a Black Madonna, it's not a coincidence. They know some stuff that you don't know. And like they say, put stuff in books because you're not going to read it. That's the whole purpose. Keep you distracted from so much that you don't realize your greatness. But everybody else knows it. And it's time we knew it, because in knowing your greatness, this is not about arrogancy or anything like that. This is just facts. This is facts of who you are, what we've been able to do, what we're capable of doing, what we're capable of raising, teaching, healing. The amount of things that they did back in the day, you know what I mean, that we're still trying to figure out how they did it. That's not something, that's not a race of beings that come from nothing. that's some great, excuse my language, that's some great shit there. Because there is nothing that we're capable of doing that they... Put it this way, as long as we're distracted with the rubbish, you will never achieve your fullest potential of what you actually came here to do. And like I said, greatest of all time, it is not to say other races or other people are not great in their own right. Not saying that. But if you look in history, if you look at the cycle of the way things have been, we've been distracted the most. The biggest continent has been distracted the most. The resources, been raped of that continent. Our practices, I don't want to say beliefs, our way of lives have been affected. Why? Because what we used to doing has been one of the greatest things that keeps us who we are and keeps the power where it is. Now, if you wasn't such great people, then majority of those in power would not want to stop you. And why are they trying to stop you? Because, the powers that be also realize that you have the potential to be a power that be. And if you could be distracted with foolishness, whether it's all this materialistic stuff, whether it's the music, whether it's, all negativity that you think about, because, this is the reality that we're living. I'm not saying that those things are not true because we live it. Yeah, but if we could be distracted, raising, teaching, healing, capable of all things, greatest of all time. Absolutely, sis. How you doing, my dear? It's important for us to understand that, and important for us to feel proud of that. And I don't mean proud as in the pride and arrogancy, but to be proud of who we are as a people. We got too much to do. There's too much stuff to do. You see, folks that are making difference are dying all over the place. So, we have to do what we've got to do in the time that we have to do it, and raise the consciousness of our people. Raise the consciousness of the planet. Raise the consciousness of people all over. But at the same time, like I said, and I said this from the jump, I'm a black woman. First and foremost, that's the first place I can speak from. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speak from something that I don't know about, because I can't talk about what I ain't. Okay? So I'm going to talk from that perspective. Somebody just tried to call, and I hope it ain't who I think it is, but it was an unknown number, but I pray it ain't. We got to get back to that. Get back to understanding the greatness of who we are. They didn't go into Egypt to defame all of that because it was just a bunch of rubbish. No, it's so you would forget that you was greater than anything that they'd ever encountered in life. You know what I mean? And that is the reality of it. We are a great people. Our ancestors did many things, many wonders that people would talk about as if they are miracles now or magic. This is stuff that we knew. You know what I mean? This is stuff that we were. This is stuff that was passed down to us through our lineage, through our ancestors. It was not even something that we had to read in a book. This is something that was literally passed down through our genetics. And it still is. Those energies haven't gone anywhere. It's just that we've forgotten, or we've been distracted so far away from it that we don't recognize that this is innately who we are. So the greatest of all time is let's remember that. Let's understand who we are. Let's go within and recognize that aspect of ourselves so that we can project it out. I keep saying that fears are what manifests in our world big time. That's why there's a lot of stuff going on now. People are not liking, but it's based on a major amount of fears. If you can keep people in a space of fear, you can keep them under control. We know that that's what religion did. Whether people want to accept it or not, it's based on fear. Fear of going to hell if you don't do the right thing, or fearing that you won't go to heaven if you do the wrong thing. You know what I mean? It's all based on fears. When the amount of hellish stuff is already here. Okay, concentrated effort to keep us in the dark, but we must have a concentrated effort to get our stuff back, but we got to want it. Absolutely, we've got to want to know that we are the greatest of all time. We've got to want to know there's nothing that we can't achieve. We've got to want to know this. And that's why I keep saying, I'm not doing these videos just because I like to hear myself talk. Information, I ask every day to be a vessel to be able to uplift people no matter where they are. You know what I mean? And today, like I said, the greatest of all time came up. So it was like, well, what is that about? And it's like, no, it's who we are. We ain't copied for no reason. We ain't trying to be duplicated for no reason. If you see, everybody's duplicating everything that we do and trying to make it their own. And that's not because we ain't worthy of it. It's because, they know what the real stuff is and they want a piece of it. So like I said, remember who you are. Teach and heal those aspects of ourselves that that's been, what do I want to call it? That's been suppressed. Because that's all it is. It's a suppression. It is not something that's been eliminated, because you can't eliminate what is innately coming from source. You can't eliminate it, but you can suppress it enough and put so much other distractions on top of it so you can think it doesn't exist. But it does. That's an energy, and that's the thing that they fear. They fear us remembering all of that. So they keep the distractions coming from all different directions, from work, from, family, friends, people, everything. They keep the distractions going from all the wars, all the dramas in life. They keep it coming to keep you from remembering who you really are. And I just wanted to say, greatest of all time is almost like an understatement to where we are and where we're coming from. Yet our ancestors knew, and they want us to know. So they are putting this information through different people in order to bring it to the masses. And it's just a matter of time before, more people click on, because, the more you go within yourself, the more to know yourself. And the more you know yourself, the more you know who you are. The more you know who you are, the more you can appreciate who you are and the people that are like you and where you come from. Right now, there's so much negativity about Africa and what it, and the conditions it's in. It's in that because people are understanding how to manipulate and extract what they can from it and never give back. We can change that. We have every ability to change that, but we have to unite. But you have to unite here first, which is first of all getting to know what it is in you first, so you can unite with others that have like minds and create the change that's necessary in this life. I'm not going to keep going on today, but I'm going to harp back on this one, the greatest of all time, because there's so much more that you could talk about for this, but it's just remember who you are, remember what you're about. And this goes for everybody, because you know what? We also have those who know, and they support us in that space of knowing who they are and who we are. And they're like, you know what? I'm going to acknowledge you for what you are. You know what I mean? Whether they want to call it the chosen people or the this or the whatever contents they want to put it in. We are a people that have been suppressed for too long, and to the point where now this type of suppression that we're dealing with now is not so much under somebody else's control. It's because we don't seek out the truth in ourselves. So we have that ability now. Nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can stop that. Only you can stop that. So, again, I wish you all a good day. Much love to everybody. I'm not going to go on again. And I'll be back again and talk to you soon. All right. Peace out.